Hello guys, it's Monday. Haven't come up with any video ideas yet. I have a reacting video coming next week, but yeah, right now I'm just gonna be taking a walk to a rope swing that is close to my house, and we're gonna be testing it out, and hopefully I'll be editing in Premiere Pro in this video. So let's go. Into the spooky forest we go. Then I walk through the spooky forest. We've arrived at the rope swing, and basically it must have been very difficult for someone to attach this thing because it's on this tree here. They would have had to climb all the way up there, attach the rope, which by the way is pretty thick, and yeah, it must have been very heavy and very difficult. But yeah, I'm gonna strap this onto my head and do some rope swinging. Okay, we're starting off with an easy one, just from here. Get the feel of this. I haven't been on this thing for a while. Woo! Okay, I haven't had enough practice. I'm gonna go as high up as I can. About here is probably good. Oh. Woo! Let's try from over here. We can go get some specimens from the branches over there. Specimens! Yeet! Okay, guys, here we are on this. I'm gonna go out there. Let's do this. Woo! Peace. Woo! Hello. Okay, I don't feel like walking all the way back. I'll just do a simple transition that I learned in a YouTube video. Whoop! Wah! Sorry, that was a bit cheesy. I've gotten back from my walk. Now I'm going to tell you about my film list, my master film list of all of my movies that I really loved watching as a kid and now. But yeah, some of them are a bit more kid-related movies, and I'll just tell you those ones first. Disclaimer, before we get into this, I just want to say that this is entirely my opinion. I'm not saying that these are the best films of all time. I'm just saying that these are my favorite films, and yeah. The kid-related movies are, the first one is called Ponyo. This is, I haven't watched it in a while. It's about a little fish that goes around doing a bunch of things. It's like, anyway, it's a really good movie. The age is 5 and up, even though the age rating is really low. The movie is really good, and I would still watch it now that I'm, how old am I again? Yeah, Ponyo, I'd really recommend it. I mean, all of these films on this list I'd really recommend, but yeah. Next one on my list is E.T., also known as The Extraterrestrial. And this is about basically a little alien that ends up showing up at this guy's house, and they go on lots of little adventures together. And that movie is 7+, and it was made in like the 70s or 80s, I think. Yeah, the 80s. And it's a really good film. I really loved it. For a while I was like, this looks kind of cheesy or boring, but when I finally watched it, I really liked it. Next one to true stories. Movies that were based on true stories. First one that I really loved. Both of these I really liked, but this one is called Lion, and this is about a kid that lived in India, and he got lost in a train when he was, can't remember how old, like 4 or 6 or something. And then he ended up getting lost, and then he ended up in Australia. And basically it's a story of how he uses Google Earth to find his old family again. And yeah, it's a really good film. I'm trying to explain these without spoiling the whole thing, but yeah, you should watch it. I really enjoyed it. That movie is 13+. Okay, next movie on our list is called Eddie the Eagle, and this movie is basically about this guy who ends up wanting to be a ski jumper, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's got like comedy in it and some action, and it just like keeps failing and failing, and it's just everyone's like, oh, then he finally succeeds, and everyone's like, woo. Anyway, that one is... Okay, I'll put the age on the screen because I can't remember it. Next one on the list is comedy movies, and the first one I have is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Now this film, like, yeah, me and my dad watched it a while ago. It is so funny. I laughed so much in it. It's basically about these 7 guys that are looking for the Holy Grail in medieval times, I think. If you're a bit more mature, you probably won't like the humor because it's a bit more goofy, but it is very funny. Yeah. That one is 13 plus. Next movie on my list is called Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm sure you've heard of this. This film is about, a guy who gets a divorce, but he still wants to see his kids, so he ends up dressing up as an old lady and becoming a nanny. Becoming a nanny to go nanny for his kids. And yeah, it's this whole story about how he gets to go on all these adventures as his alter ego. But yeah, that one is 12 plus, and fun fact about this film, I watched it very many times. I'm pretty sure it's actually like 12 times now. But yeah, I wouldn't watch it again, but that's also because I watched it 12 times, so I'm not saying it's bad, I'm saying it's very good. Next, these 2 movies are kind of just random ones that didn't really go into a category. The first one is called The Wind Rises, and it's also made by the same people who make Ponyo, and that is Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli, I'm not really sure. But yeah, they make like anime movies. And The Wind Rises is basically about this kid who wants to be a pilot, and it's his whole story about how he becomes a pilot and everything. That film is 11 plus, and I would very highly recommend it. Next one on my list is called Stand By Me, and my mom showed me this one like, I don't know, a few months ago. This one is about these 4 kids that go on this journey to find, what was it again? I can't even remember what it was, but anyway, they go on this long journey on this railroad and come across a bunch of cool things on the way. And yeah, that one is 14 plus, and yeah. Okay, now it's down to my all-time favorites. So, my favorite movie of all time, drum roll. Okay, this movie is called Inception. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. If you know me in real life, you'll know that I am obsessed with this movie. This movie is about, it's about lucid dreaming, but it's not, it's like an action movie, which you wouldn't really expect. I mean, yeah, it's about these guys who are they're all like professional, they're kind of like spies, and they go inside of these people's brains, and not like literally, but they hook them up to these machines, and then they are going inside their dreams and taking out things and putting in memories, and so it's really crazy. But the only thing that you might want to consider about this film is you gotta watch it a few times for it to make sense, because it is kind of confusing. Like, all this happens, then you're like, wait, are they there or what's happening? Yeah, that film is 14 plus, and that is my absolute favorite film. I would highly recommend it. Next, my second favorite film of all time is called Jojo Rabbit, and it is a lot better than it sounds. And it's about this kid who is, I think, 10 years old, and he lives in Germany in the 40s, so the time when the Nazis were there. And yeah, he I don't know how to explain it. He, like, in the very beginning, he seems like, whoa, this is gonna be cool, like, being part of the army, and so, but after a while, he realizes that what the Nazis are doing isn't very nice, so he kind of rebels, and that's kind of the story of that. And that film is 13 plus, and it was very close to first place, but I decided on Inception instead. So, number 11 is one of my, of course, I was going to say one of my very favorite films, but that's kind of obvious if it's in my, okay, never mind. The Princess Bride. Okay. The next one is called The Princess Bride, and yeah, this is a really good film. It's about, like, these people also in the Middle Ages, where they go around doing a bunch of adventures. I'm not very good at explaining these films very well, but yeah, anyway, I'll put links to all the trailers in the description. There, that's better. Yeah, Princess Bride is 8 plus. The only reason I didn't put it in my kids section was that I really like this film and it deserved to be the favorites thing. Next one is called The Moonrise Kingdom, and this one I really enjoyed. This is about, like, it's kind of like a romance story, but it also isn't too cheesy. It's about this kid in Scouts, and yeah, him and his girlfriend go on like a cool adventure, like set up tents through these. They're running through like forests and everything, and yeah, it's really good. Next one is Avatar, not The Last Airbender, just Avatar. And yeah, it's about, this one's pretty easy to explain. It's about this guy who goes to another planet and gets put inside of this alien's body and has to go into these alien towns, or yeah, anyway, I don't wanna, this is really difficult not to spoil all these movies, but yeah, it is a very good movie. That one is the age 13 plus. Next one is not a single movie, but a series, and that is, of course, Star Wars. I really enjoyed this series. I'm kind of saying the same things for all these movies, but yeah. Star Wars movies number 4 to number 9, because 1, 2, and 3 were really bad, and you don't need to watch them for the story to make sense. But yeah, those ones, you need to be 10 and up to watch. Okay, 15 is the one that I just added, and this one is called Hunt for the Wilder People, and it's about, like, this kid, and he's an orphan, and he's at this other guy's house. They live in New Zealand, and it ends up happening where the adoption people are there again, and they're trying to take him back, and him and his foster parents, or anyway, they go on this big adventure running away from the police, and so it's a really good film, and I highly recommend it. Hope you enjoyed that list of films that I made. Hope you like them. Hope you watch some of them. If you don't, I don't really care, but yeah. If you like this video, go down, hit the red subscribe button. You probably already have, but yeah. And if you want to help me even more, go message or email your friends. Tell them that there's a cool YouTuber named Xeschel that wants to get 500 subscribers by the end of 2021. So yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.